Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, looks like I saw somebody talking. What's going on, Hakim? Hey, looks like I saw somebody. What's going on, Hakim?
I'm locked and loaded. How you doing?
You the president of the Alumni Association. You got that bootleg cave. I can't even see your face good.
See,
I had to get that one in.
He had to.
I had to get that one in on the Cream.
I see you got it too. You got it. He the technology man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm the one supposed to be fumbling around.
I think the technology he got is too. We on the lower spectrum.
Yeah, we're on the lower part of the spectrum.
Too high.
Right. Okay, there you go. All right, we got Daryl Gaines and jumped in, making his introductions in the chats there. So we got a crowd building as we, just meet and greet and say hey to everybody.
Man, we're gonna give folks just a few more minutes to come on in, and then we'll dive in and open it up for the people. Come on in. Definitely excited for the week. Coach Fan.
All right, good evening, gentlemen.
What's up,
Hey,
Coach?
There it is. We got some more of this.
How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Oh, man.
We got some more defense over here.
Now, we couldn't play defense when Pernell Dickinson was the quarterback.
Hey, man, this meeting ain't about me. Get up off me.
Hey, Mark,
y'all got some. Hey,
yeah.
Y'all got so many lies out there on me. I can't cover all those spots no more.
Hey, man, we couldn't hit you, man.
Good to see
Mark,
you,
Where would let you get within 5 yards of him with it?
No, sir. No, sir.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Hey, Cream, don't get him started, please.
Don't get him started.
Please. Please.
I ain't gonna get him started.
Hey, dig my boy, though. Hey, dig my boy. He my boy.
And you my boy, too.
I hear you.
You and old Smitty.
He's supposed to be on, don't he?
Yeah, I'm texting him now.
We have
If we don't be all day, I'm gonna try to go hit that golf ball a little bit.
Man, I know he mentioned that thing. I played last Monday, shot at 86. Went back Saturday, shot 98. I ain't telling nobody else I'm playing golf no more.
Hey, Parnell.
My age.
Parnell.
Monday.
Hey, Parnell, you know this dude right here?
Hey, what's up back there? What you who is that young boy standing behind you, Jerry? Who is that youngster?
That's the real Jerry Redmond. I'm the
going
fake
on, Mr. Redmond?
You got it, man. I'm just what y'all
man.
Yeah.
You the man. You the
Is that
man.
Jared?
You the
Yes,
man.
him.
We got your son. We got close to you. We couldn't get you, but we got close to you. We got your boy.
I remember when he used to tell me, he said they were saying Redmond, and he said you had them say, do you know Sergeant Redmond, whatever I was at Valley? And
Right.
He said, yeah, Dad. He said, oh, okay.
Oh my hey, I said thank God for him.
All right.
Good to see you, sir.
All right, y'all be safe.
Yes, sir. Where did Miss Lou Kelly Lott? Hi, Jerry.
All right, well, let's just go ahead and dive in as we own. Don't want to hold everybody long. Brother Mose, good afternoon. But it's always a pleasure to stand before you as the athletic director, Hakim McClellan, here at Mississippi Valley State University. A lot of great things going on at the university as a whole, and definitely a lot of great things to look forward to in athletics. Today it's the Elevation Summit, the first annual Elevation Summit, and we're going to try to do this year in, year out to talk to the masses of people that have questions, concerns, or anything of that nature, and about athletics and what we do, how we do it, and where we at and where we're going. Today, I'm accompanied by a lot of great men and a great lady behind the scenes, alums that all care about the university. In no particular order of how I appreciate them. I'm gonna start as the camera is. Start off with Brother Jerry Redmond, our president of MVSU NAA. Brother Redmond, our president
Yes, sir.
of the V Club.
Here. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Brother Hubert Owens. I'm gonna give you nickname out, but president of our V Club board of directors. Very great supporter. Big time. Mr. Parnell Dickinson, the Hall of Famer. Appreciate you for being here as well. And the one and only Coach Henry Fant, the legend within itself. All of these individuals are very important to the success of the university from their voice, their minds, and their emotions and love and support for this institution. And so today we wanted to get together how this occurred. We want to talk to the people that have questions, concerns, ideas as a whole as to what's going on in athletics, where we are and where we're going. But I'll give everybody a chance to just talk about their experience here at Valley, why they love Valley, and where they want us to where they want to see us. Excuse me. So I'll start off with Coach Fant. Let the people know why you love Valley. Why you love Valley. Tell us that.
Well, in 1971, I had the opportunity to come to Mississippi Valley State University under head coach David Weatherby. I was a young boy, 17 years old, from Indianola, Mississippi. Fresh out of the cotton field. So this was my only way out. Oldest of the family, the first to graduate from the university. So, it's a big thing to me. I ain't got nothing but love, bleed green and white, and will do anything to make it float.
Yes, sir. That's a great and interesting story as a whole. why you love Valley, and that's a beautiful thing. And you being this close to us, and it shows. It definitely shows. Brother Parnell, tell us why you love Valley.
I'll be short. I love Valley because where I am now in my life is a result of Mississippi Valley and some of the treasures that I was able to find at Valley. My wife, my son, my education, the way I do things now. Valley is a great big part of me and where I am, and it really. I'm a Valley guy, and I'll just leave it right there.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother Owens, you're on mute, Brother Owens.
Told us that. So much like Coach Fon and Parnell and probably anybody else who's come through Valley, Valley really laid the foundation for what we are today. And I love them for that. I love them for the fact that they gave me an opportunity to continue to play football and advance my career. Learned a lot of insight and wisdom from coaches like Coach Weathersby, Coach Barron, Dr. Ford, Eddie Wilson. I could go on and on and on and name those instructors and coaches who took a personal interest in all of the students at Valley and molded us to the extent that we were able to deal with the world and society no matter, what we were up against. And no matter what realm we were operating in, business, sports, or whatever, we were prepared to go to the highest level when we left Valley. And the nurturing that they gave us, and Coach Font Parnell and Jared probably attest to it, is invaluable. And so that's really why, that's one of the reasons several of the reasons that I love Valley and want to continue to support them and continue to see Valley grow in the future.
Gotcha. Brother Redmond?
Yes, sir, man. It goes without saying. You saw people that was part of the opening there in 1971 when Coach Fent made his arrival to Valley. I was just being born. But I was born at Mississippi Valley because my dad was in security. So, my whole family, the whole element of who I am is because of Valley. And like Parnell, I met my wife. I went to class with my mom. My mom had me her junior year in college. So I've been in Valley my whole life. So it is like Brother Dickinson says, I'm a Valley guy through and through, man. And it is very, very critical and important to us as a people who came through Valley to love it just as much as we do.
Likewise, man. Valley is a beautiful place, man, and it's one that why I love it is one is it's why I'm back here. It was Valley people that brought me to Valley, and the connections that I made of Valley through and through, as you said, bleed green and white, and the love goes a long way. Brother Austin has arrived and joined us. The busy schedule, one of the moving factors that's making the UFL what it is. Brother Austin, thank you for joining us.
How y'all doing, man? Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me, man. It's been busy. I got teams traveling this weekend, so I apologize for the late entrance, but I was handling business a little bit. Thank you for having me.
I know a little bit about the late entrances, so I'm not gonna jump into it. But we were just discussing why we love Valley. So you just jumped in here and go ahead and just tell the people why you love Valley.
Man, I love Valley one because it gave me a different outlook and different perspective. Growing up in California, although I finished high school in Jackson, growing up in California and then even attending junior college out in California, you have a different perception of the way that you see things from a success standpoint. Out west, it was more so if you're an entertainer or athlete was the only definition of success for the most part. And that's kind of how you're coined. That's how your mind is framed. And then when you come back home, you come to the South, You see attorneys, you see doctors, you see lawyers, you see politicians, and it gives you a different outlook on life. So the thing that I truly enjoyed about Valley was the culture shock. It allowed me for me to slow down, focus on the education, do what was the most important, which was getting my education, and then doing well with that. And believe it or not, Valley was the foundation to get me where I am now. And I've seen and done a whole lot from being a midget, although I'm a midget in 24 states, man, being around ball, Coach Titan giving me that opportunity, Coach Wash allowing me to be there and being a part of that, man. Football has taken, never played professional or anything, but football has done a very good job of taking care of me and my family. From being a high school coach to working in the professional ranks to the college level, consultant. And then, the knowledge that I learned with working at the professional level allowed us to start the V Club and have some knowledge and background of how other places operate, not just at the HBCU level or the professional level, the SEC. And so I am Valley. All of that is accumulation of what Valley poured into me, and those relationships still stand today. That's why I'm on with you now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. That's a beautiful piece, man. That's a beautiful piece. Everybody's story as to why, and everybody has a different walk, has been different places and did different things, and that's why we're here today. And to all of our viewers, thank you for joining us. If you have your questions, feel free to put it in the chat. We're here to answer anything that you have. Any questions you have about the V Club, about the Athletic Support Committee, the National Alumni Association, anything, football, whatever it may be, feel free to open up and ask your questions from in the chat, and we will answer to the best of our abilities. And we're a family here, so I let it ring out. But I'll continue to go, continue on with the program. And we talked about why we love Valley, and in everybody's different walk of life, we have different ideas and different things of that nature, and we all come together to try and push it forward in that regard. I definitely have, and we talked about the V Club. We had a V Club here. That's Brother Owens, if you could, and Brother Austin talked about why you opened the V Club. Brother Owens, can you start off what the V Club is? Just for they came out with books, marketing for dummies. Just talking to the people that don't know about it, and I can definitely attest to what the V Club has done for us and helped us during my tenure here, almost 2 years, to help us push things along. But I pass it over to my V Club president and executive director.
Gotcha. If you don't mind, Patrick, I'll start first. And the V Club is basically an affiliate organization of the university that's been sanctioned to fundraise outside of the funds that the university receives from the state or wherever, to help to offset and help support athletics, all athletics. I will not take credit for the brainchild of the V Club is Brother Patrick Austin, but he called around and we talked about it and realized that there was a need for an affiliate organization such as the V Club to help support athletics if we were going to continue to move the needle forward as it relates to our athletic programs. And I did some research. I called around. I talked to some of the university presidents and this, that, and the other. And what I found out, and I didn't know that, we sit back and we think, okay, the state is funding the university and they're giving us certain volumes of money and certain amounts of money on an annual basis. And that is true. And of course, we don't have to say that. Valley is probably at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to those state funds. But what goes along with that is, though, there's a limit on the percentage of those funds, no matter how much it is coming from the state, that can go into athletics. And that percentage, when you take it away from what the state is giving the university, is not enough to really substantially support an athletic program. And the V Club is a venue, is an avenue for anybody out there interested in improving athletics at Valley to give to support, give to the V Club so the V Club can support athletics. Now, we're not there to offset the university's processes and procedures, but sometimes those procedures that are outlined by the state can handcuff what Brother Hakim can do and the university athletics program. And so we're there to support in those areas that need immediate support, so that the programs can be viable, get the things that they need. And you think this is small stuff, but there's sometimes when programs go out and they need monies to feed the teams, or they need T-shirts, or they need gas, or they need to pay the drivers. There are little things that are so behind the scenes that people don't see. They see Saturdays and they see basketball games, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that make those events possible. And sometimes, because of the processes that are in place by the state, we just can't get the funds done on time or allocated, in a proper manner or on time. And we're there to stand in the gap to support those young student athletes, who need those to support them and give them what they need so that they can perform to the best of their ability. And so that's why the V Club was formed. We are a registered 501c3. We're doing things correctly. We are within the guidelines of the IRS and all of the accounting principles and rules. And right now we're in the process of doing audited financial statements, which are required if you're going to be a viable nonprofit. And we may get into that a little deeper. My first gut said to address that head on, but I'll pull back at this point, because I've given you a basic overview of what we do. We manage the funds appropriately. We have an excellent CEO who's a former IRS agent, to make sure that the books are straight, to make sure the monies that you give and that you say you want those funds to go to support, whether it's baseball, you can allocate where you want your donations to go. If you want your money to go to baseball, then that's where it goes. If your money you want to go to football, that's where it goes. Basketball, women's soccer, whatever. That's where the money goes. We don't what we call revenue diversion. We don't take money that's been donated for football and give it over to soccer. We don't do that. We are really conscious about how we handle your funds and manage your funds that you give. And so I just want to make sure that people understand that. And without your support and donations, it's going to be tough, for Valley Athletics to get off the 1-in-10 football records and the 1-in-29 basketball records. We got to have athletes and we got to have support if we're going to have athletic programs that we can be proud of, like we had back in the 80s with Satellite Express and the Gunslinger, and back in the 70s with Parnell, and the times that we were there when we were competitive. The stadiums were full. People came out to see us. And we just got to get back to that point. But we need everybody's support out there. And got a little passionate about it, but I'm going to back up and pass it on to Brother Austin, and so that he can, fill in the gap from anything that I missed. And we're standing by to answer any questions that anybody has about the V Club.
You muted.
Brother Owens, you laid it out so eloquently. I don't know how I'm supposed to come behind that. Let Brother Hakim talk about what actually happens on a daily basis. I guess they can get a full vision of it. But from the inception, here's the deal. Working in other capacities within the SEC, and then also seeing how mixed use developments and partnerships work, I felt that it was important that, even in our HBCU culture, that we have a true athletic foundation, not a booster club, a true athletic foundation that is intertwined and intermingled within the business department of a university to assist them, not, negate what's being done by the university, but as an alternative means of purchasing things that AD Mac has to get right away. Certain things that may take a month and a half. We able to do it within the snap of our fingers or in a board vote and approval, because we work in unison. We're all under one umbrella when it comes to that, and we're actually led by AD Mac. Yeah, I wear an executive director title, but the thing is we have to be pulling on the same string of his vision for the program. And I want everybody that's under the voice and hear and understand when I say that we are joined. There is no misunderstanding about how we operate. We talk often, and sometimes daily, and sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, in order to try to move our athletic department forward, because the original goal and original focus is still the same: fully funding athletics. Now, as a part of that, there's some other things that we do stopgap in between time, because, correct me if I'm wrong, AD, you need about 3 million in order on an annual basis annually to truly fully fund your athletic department. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay, and so in order for that to happen, we have to be creative with the small growth that we have, and in that process, like Brother Owen stated, we play an intricate role in that when it comes to feeding the team, recruiting expenses for coaches, travel that may pop up, some of the stuff that people don't see within garnishing agreements with Nike and all of this other stuff. We play a vital role in that. And so please understand, everything's above board. There are no hidden secrets. There's nobody in a little cubby hole pulling purse strings. We're all here in unison and one together. And I encourage each of you, when AD Mac puts an initiative out there, join. Every little bit helps. I see Brother Carson gave a question. He says he wanted to see a V Club member in every local alumni chapter. I know the ones that are in the state of Mississippi has that. All right. And if you go to www.mvsuvclub.com, it gives a full array of everything that we're doing, the initiatives that AD Mac have. Click on the contribute tab. And the reason that we say contribute and contribution is because it's not donating where your stuff ain't thrown away. You're contributing to a cause. And our cause is to fully fund MVSU athletics and support any way that we can. We got greetings from Denver. The V Club does in recruiting. Oh, yeah, we work together very well. As a matter of fact, if you get a chance, and I can let you elaborate on that, AD Mac, but I do know basketball and even the band now is we assisting with them is a part of that process as well. But the basketball, football recruiting, stipends that you're able to get as far as moving and relocation allocations. These are things that the V Club has the opportunity to do that when the university may be hamstrung. So it's important for us to be able to operate like the big boys if we have a vision and a dream to get to like the bigger universities. AD Mac, I'm gonna kind of let you address that. I don't want to hog too much of your time, brother.
Oh no problem. As you stated, we work hand in hand. The correlation between the V Club, what the V Club does, and recruiting. The purpose of the V Club is to support and serve. You know the university motto: live for service. And it's still the same thing. They're serving and supporting what we do here in athletics. So we have recruit from hotels to meals or things of that nature to fly students from wherever. That is what that is. That is definitely all about. I have a question here. Can you please give us an update on the jumbo and the turf field? It's coming, brother Alvin. It's definitely coming. You give me a minute, we're gonna get to it. I appreciate that. So I'll yield there about the V Club. We created something, not we. It was created. Brother Redmond and others came together, and Brother Dickinson is a part of this. And I'll stop there to Brother Dickinson. Can you talk about the athletic support committee and everybody? You're probably a part of every affiliate, whether it was athletic support committee, alumni, V Club, football alumni, you in group chats, you in all these different type of things, and still have that camaraderie from way back on. I think you were on the first team. No, I'm just messing with you. Back in your day, you were part of a great time here at the Valley. Had a great time here, and that 18 holds a lot of weight everywhere. Can you talk about your role here to talk to your role and your influence and what you truly, why are you trying to do that? Talk about that and tell to the people of how and why you do what you do.
Well, appreciated the opportunity, Hakeem. You know, my statement is pretty simple. You know, as I stated earlier, you know, why, you know, I care and I love Valley so because of what Valley has poured into me, like Cream is what Hubert has said. But you know, when I was playing at Valley, there were a lot of things that we didn't have, okay, but we made do with what we had, okay. So some of those same things that were needed back then is needed now, and one of my main focus was to make sure God continued to bless me to get out and do some things to, you know, be successful. And I was going to make sure that um, I give back to Valley because that was what was taught to me by Coach Weatherman. I can remember the first check that I got paid for playing football. I think I gave half of that back to Coach Weatherby for stuff because I know I've coached too, and I know team athletics it costs, and most of us need to understand when you got big universities like Patrick was saying, like University of Florida and all those schools like that, they've got a club just like what he's talking about, the V Club, that donates money for athletics, and that person that donates it earmarks it to whatever sport they want to go to, and that's how they're able to do what they do. So I just try to do my part to make sure I do my part. You know, talk is cheap, and I've been pissed a lot of people off by using that statement, but it's true. You know, and when you're talking about Valley and you're talking about we don't have this, we don't that, let's talk with some money or check in our hand, and you'll see the difference. And we just have to every little bit help. I mean, if you consistent, if it's $50 that you got, if you pay that $50 every month, that'll make a difference. If there's a bunch of us that are giving whatever it is that we can give and consistent, it makes the athletic director's job a lot more pleasant, and we can get a lot more done with consistency. Yeah, we give, but let's be consistent with it. Well, we give 1,000 this year, but we don't give nothing for the next 5 years. So you can't really go 100 yards like that. You got to be consistent in what we do. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that some people give big dollars, some people can give small dollars, but
Yeah.
every dollar that's given will help. And I can tell you myself, I gave mine to the V Club because I trust our leadership. And I've seen what the V Club has done for athletics. So you don't have to be afraid. Is the money gonna go where you think it needs to go? I can tell you, if you give it first and tell them where you want it to go, it'll go there.
Yep.
So I just want to encourage, anybody that's at the sound of my voice, let's do less talking this year and let's give, because there are some changes that are being made with our new athletic leadership. I mean, there have been years before we even knew when homecoming was. We know when homecoming is right at the end of the season. So there's little things is what make you successful on the big stage. So I'm seeing those things being done, but it takes funds, it takes dollars to do that, and every little bit help. But let's be consistent with it. Let's make it a part of our budget every month, every year. I'm gonna give this every year.
Yep. Yeah, you made a strong point, and I live by this. Consistency is key.
Yes.
We definitely have to be consistent in everything we do. And speaking to what we have given Tuesday, our Green Day on Tuesday, The campaign is in. I can share this with us all. It's 2024. We're gonna go 24 weeks strongly of giving, but it's simple as the same thing, the same concept as the Elevate. It's $10 a month. This year we're gonna say $24 a month. We just gonna push it $24 a month, or 24 contributors to give 2,400. 2,400 people to give $24, or 24 people give 2,400, whatever that looks like. But we have to be consistent in everything that we do, and that's a strong point, Brother Parnell.
Yeah, you know, when you think about it, and I don't mean to cut you off, but
no, you good.
I'm only somebody on here that's older than me as Coach Fan, but I don't remember as good as him. So when I think about it, I have to go it on and say it. You know, like you saying, $24 a month. Think if you had just 1,000 people to give $24.
Yeah,
that's $24,000 a month.
Yeah,
do that times 12. You can do something with that in athletics.
Exactly, and people, you know, I talk to people all the time of they ask, hey, what do you need? I just need you to give, because things pop up so quickly, and it's easier for me to just say, hey, let's see what we have in that account, just as we do in our personal.
Yeah.
Can we be able to do something? If not the full deal, can we scale it down and do something else? And that's just the consistency giving. And I think I'm going to take a play out of that book. And when people ask, what do you need? I need consistent giving. That is a beautiful piece, and I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna run with it. So I appreciate you on that. So consistent giving, guys, consistent giving. We put that in the chat.
And you know, that kind of goes back towards the foundation of Valley. Back when Dr. White started, it was first president started the school, and back in Coach Fun, I don't know if you remember, but back in the 60s, I was a little boy, but I can remember President White, and there was a push, a drive to raise funds. And, you know, he asked $1 from 1 million people. $1. Now, you know, $1 million doesn't go far today, but the concept that we're talking about now is not new. Give a little consistently. President White only asked for $1 from 1 million people. 1 million friends. He said this school has 1 million friends. If 1 million friends give $1. Now, this was in the 60s. Now, of course, we need more than $1 from 1 million people. But that concept that we're talking now is not new, and it's something that has sustained Valley over the years and will continue to sustain it if everybody buy into it and sell it around the country to everybody else. They don't have to be Valley grads. They can be friends of the Valley, you know.
Yeah.
That's so many, Parnell can tell you, there's so many Alabama fans over there that never step foot on the campus.
Yeah.
But you would, if you hear them talk and the way they support, you would think they have doctorate degrees from Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, so and I hate to single them out, but that's true what we're just saying. It's just consistent and not a whole. We're not asking you to break the bank.
Yeah, and that brings me to my next point. A person that talks about giving and putting their money where their mouth is. I remember our first conversation right here on campus. You tell us what we need to do, and we're gonna do it. Coach Fant has always said that, and he's a person that's gonna put his money where his mouth is, and the works. The works. It's not always money, guys. It's not necessarily always money. Sometimes it's a friendship. Sometimes it's an internship. Sometimes it's a in-kind giving. Sometimes, hey, come over here and grab a bite to eat. And Coach Fan has done all of those things, pushing Valley and our student athletes, and really care about that. Coach Fan, can you talk about what pushes you to say, hey, if I'm gonna talk about it, I'm gonna be about it?
Yes, well, you know, I can tell you several things. I was a high school coach for about 42 years, along with being an athletic director at that same school. We didn't have a whole lot, but what we done, we got together as coaches and we decided what to do, what would be best to do with the monies that we were getting. We found one thing to be true. When you got a good athletic program, you got a good school, academically and in discipline. You don't have a whole lot of problem. I got my guys ran the cafeteria. my guys ran the hallway doing exchange of class. He's a football player. You don't have to have a whole lot to do a whole lot. You just need to use the little bit that you got. I was listening that the brother said that back in the days when I first got here, President White was here, and that's what he harped on. Hey, we're a school of a million friends, you know, and we could get $1 from each one of the friends. And then you turn around and take another president, Barack Obama. He was elected on a small amount of money. You don't have to give them millions. You know, hey, that $10, that $20, all of that helps. And we started a little thing, my wife and I, about 3-4 years ago, and we call it the Gladys and Henry Fan Challenge. What we done, we challenged retired teachers to give $1,000 when you get that 13 check. Now, everybody on the show, beard is not as gray as mine. And I was listening to that Punio talk about how old, I think we about a month or 2 months. Punio, what month was that? April? You an April guy?
I'm a March.
He's muted.
I just had mine.
Okay, so February, I was 71, and February the 1st, he was 71 in March, so he talking about old. But what I want people to understand is you gotta give. Yeah. You know, nothing is free. You gotta give. And when you give, then giving comes back to you. I've never been hungry a day in my life because I've always been getting my parent with that type of people. You know, we weren't allowed to go to nobody else's house and eat, but everybody came to our house to eat. You got to give. And when you give and you make things good, then, you know, everybody jump on that wagon when it's going downhill. But to push that wagon uphill, hey, that's the thing. But me and mine, like the verse say, for me and my house, hey, we gonna contribute to the valley.
You know, Coach Fan, if I could just piggyback on something you said there, you know, the time has come to where we as alums, we don't have to be afraid now of where the money is going. There is documentation, so that you can take that out of the deck. The money is being used for the purposes that you are giving it for. So that element is out the window. Yeah. And I can attest to that.
Yes, sir.
Parnell, if you don't mind, I think a question came across from Mr. Golden.
Yeah, I got you.
You got me? Okay.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Coach Fant and Coach Parnell. But I'm moving to a question in the chat. I stated, will the V Club members get everything that's stated in the brochure? Because some members have not got things that are stated in the brochure.
Okay, let me say, it's our intent to make sure that every V Club member who joins at the various levels receive everything that they should receive. Now, if we've had issues with that in the past, and if some of the members have not received everything, please bring that to our attention. Myself, Brother Austin, Jerry Porter will do everything that we possibly can to make sure that you receive all the benefits at the certain levels that you join as a member. We don't want to slight anybody, and I'll be the first right now to step up and apologize if in the past that's been an oversight. It's not our intention. We're a young organization. We're about 5 years old now, and we're starting to work out some of the kinks. But at any point that you join as a member at any level, and at the earliest time that you know that you are missing something that you should have gotten, please notify us, and so that we can make that correction and correct that oversight.
Thank you, sir. Brother Patrick, you was about to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna chime in with that as well. To amen, and also say that there have been oversights in the past. There's been staff changes, and as we grow as an organization, we'll do anything that it takes in order to make it right. So if there has been a mishap or something that was missing or something that wasn't done, be the first to let us know. Email, phone call, let AD Mac know, whatever it is. And we that's our goal to make it right, because that's the only way that professionalism works. And, you know, none of us are perfect to get started, but however, that's what we're working towards. So as our staff grows, that part becomes a little easier as well. So appreciate you reaching out with that. And please, if you need to hit me offline, do so.
No, appreciate that response. I'm gonna move over to Brother Redmond and the V Club. Brother Redmond, can you please talk about really your chase to 5,000? Excuse me if I use it incorrectly. Your race to 5,000 members. Talk about membership. Talk about alumni support. Give us some stats, because I know you have some stats for us of where we currently are and where we need to be. And also talk about what does the NAA and the V Club, how they tie together. How if I join a V Club, does that mean I'm a part of NAA? Talk about that. So educate the people on how they all tie together, and also give you a spiel so they can join alumni chapter near them.
Most definitely. Again, alumni, we are at the heart of this. You do not understand the level of power that exists within your active membership. Now, we have a race to $5 million that we need on an annual basis. That is the ultimate goal, a $5 million annual purse that will be going in the direction of the university from the National Alumni Association's perspective, in order for us to have an institution that is not just being sustained, it is actually vibing and doing all that we need to do to be competitive on every level in academics and in athletics. Your active membership in the National Alumni Association, if we only have, and these are real numbers, 1,300 active members in our National Alumni Association. That is dues paying members in our National Alumni Association. And now your dues that you pay for the National Alumni Association is rooted in program support to the university. It is not just rooted in management of the Alumni Association. It's not for the president to have a lucrative travel budget or to take all kinds of people out to eat. I don't have a travel budget as the national president. So the resources that go into the management of the university is into management of the association is a smaller percentage. We don't have any paid staff that make up the Alumni Association's management piece. So you're looking at a commitment from volunteers to manage the association that is an affiliate to the university. Now, $5 million a year in support to the university. We're starting now with $1 billion in support to the university as an ascension, but $5 million a year in support is our goal, and that is comprised of your volunteering time, your in-kind support, and your involvement in going back to the various departments to support. Now, the Athletic Support Committee is a part of the National Alumni Association. And to be a part of that committee, we ask that you be an active member of the National Alumni Association, because we need 5,000 active members in our National Alumni Association to generate over $1 million in membership due revenue alone. That's without selling a t-shirt. That's without selling a ticket to any event. We need to generate revenue to support our institution. We operate in transparency. So if you were hurt or if you were disappointed in the National Alumni Association at some point in time in your life or span of support to the university, I apologize to you for that. But for the past 8 years, going on 10 years now, 2 years of my administration, we have had flawless audits. We've had flawless treasury reports that are submitted and approved by our board of directors on a quarterly basis. So if you have donated to the MVSU National Alumni Associations, your dollars have gone specifically to where you've had for them to go. We cannot have an alumni association or an athletic foundation membership appeal or roster that is less than the number of students we have at Mississippi Valley State University. I need that to sit in and simmer for a minute. We cannot have less active members in our association than we have students at the university. So right now we're teeter-tottering around 2,200, 1,800 students at Mississippi Valley State University full-time. The number that I shared with you for 2023 was 1,300 active members in the National Alumni Association. That is not acceptable for an association, for all of the individuals who graduated from our institution. And what I need for you to realize as alumni about this, and this doesn't divert fully from athletics, but we know athletics is our front door to the institution from an alumni perspective. You have to have, when our audits go to the state of Mississippi, the institutions of higher learning and the university, they have to see how many active members we have in the association, not how many alums, not how many alumni that we got. Then we got alumni and then we got alumni. I need you to understand the difference between those two. The active alums are the individuals who actually have skin in the game. They literally are part of one of the affiliate organizations that we have, the National Alumni Association, the V Club, or the James Herbert White Foundation. You are affiliated and rooted in, and from a fiscal financial perspective annually, you are giving money to the institution. That is pertinent because it sends a message to the leadership. Valley is a state institution, if we have not forgotten about that. This is not a private institution. This is a state-supported institution. Revenue and dollars come from the state. And then, yes, we as alumni are expected to supplement. That is our role. And the state monitors how much money we give to the institution as a barometer for their support to the institution. So, citizens of the state of Mississippi, alums of the state of Mississippi, we need your financial, fiscal support, your time, your talents, and your treasures on an annual basis for us in the Mississippi Delta to grow a winning tradition and to have a competitive institution that will rival all other institutions within the state and abroad. Because we have a goal to be the oasis in the Mississippi Delta, the Silicon Mississippi Valley. If that is going to be us, and for Itta Bena to become a college town, we have some support that we have got to generate on all ends. And we're grateful for the support of the local school district, for the support that it gives to us, giving us access to recruit. We're appreciative of our county supervisors for the support that they give and support. Our Itta Bena, the mayor of Itta Bena, and all of the councilmen and the individuals that support those leaderships of these communities, but our chapters that exist as borders to the university. We need your active membership. If you are a citizen of Sunflower County, Washington County, Holmes County, LaFleur County, Carroll, Montgomery, all of the counties, the Bolivar, all of our chapters need your active membership in order to support athletics. So I want you all to understand that the big umbrella is the National Alumni Association. We have to cover the gamut. However, we support athletics because it is the front door. It is our initial investment into the institution to get the greatest return. And Hakim, I do want you, Brother AD, to elaborate on the importance of fully funding athletics, because to your typical alum, now you guys that are on the call here played a sport in college. I did none of that. So I don't know the flea flicker from the right left throw, and that's not me. And your typical alum does not understand those details and dynamics, the stats of where this player played in high school and what he made. We want to know where our money needs to go and how do we fully fund an athletic program and why that is important to showing a winning tradition. All of that goes hand in hand. We mentioned Alabama. We mentioned some of these other programs. However, knowing that there is dollars that are necessary and needed for us to recruit capable leadership, meaning coaches have to be paid. We need to be able to pay coaches. We need to be able to give scholarships to students, and we need to be able to have the adequate facilities for them to thrive and grow in. So with those major hits right there, it then translates over to our university. It needs thriving academic facilities as well. It needs top-notch faculty and staff, as well as we need to be able to offer scholarships for students. So we're running the same gamut, but alumni that are under the sound of my voice, which from last count, we had about 40 people. We got to talk about fan culture. We got to talk about the development of pride and willingness and sacrifice and support for our institution. We talk a whole lot. We wear a lot of green t-shirts a lot. We talk about Valley and what it is to us. But when rubber meets the road, that's what we've got to perfect, because we should be well over the shutting down the internet today for something like this, the first ever elevation summit, talking about how we build traditions here. We should be well over that. So I want to yield, Brother AD, for you to be able to come in and talk about fully funding, if this is a part or a good transition point for that. But I want alumni to know we need you active. We need you at the table.
Gotcha. Miss Forrest Wilder, I'm not sure if you can see it, but she says she's newly financially activated member, and she joined the Jackson Hines this month, ready and excited to do the work of the Valley.
Yes, indeed. And I just want to say that right quick, man. This first off, I didn't know she was an alum. I know her professionally and did not know she was an alum. So to find out that she's an alum and the skill set that she has and what she kind of brings, that's what we need. So I'm most certainly excited, Ms. Wilder, for us to connect and truly make certain that we get you at the table to share your time, talents, and treasures with the Alumni Association to help us continue to grow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I wanted to, like you said, we got about 50 people online, and I appreciate of all of you. If you just getting in, if you have questions, please put them in the chat about anything, and I'll just give you an update as to where we are and where we're going here in athletics as a whole. Like I said, definitely excited where we are. I'm excited to announce, and moving in the fall, one of the biggest things that the questions about Pell Grants. We will be giving our student athletes Pell Grants, and that is a very big piece. If you follow athletics, if you know anything, that's huge, a recruiting tool, as we are in a different era now of NIL and so many different things. We were at a disadvantage against our other institutions, sister institutions in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And we're able to do that now. And that's going to give us a great leg up to be level and be competitive with our other institutions. Mr. Hodo, Elephant, let's put together a plan and issue our directions as needed for the alumni to move out. I got you directions. Here it is. As I stated earlier, I got a 2024 campaign. That means it's 24 contributors to give $2,400, whether it's 2,400 people giving $24 a month. Give back consistently. The plan is to give consistently, and that's to give to the MVSU V Club. And our V Club is very strong, and we have the infrastructure to push us forward as other institutions. And I want you to continue to give. If you want to give to the elevator account, that's for the overall athletics to help our different sports and each sport, all the way down to cheer. We are in support of every area in athletics. So the support is to give. I started off the Elevate campaign that was $10 a month. Now we're moving up to $24 a month. And next year is going to go to $25. So let's continue to give. That's not just try and wait on a specific campaign, whether I want to get helmets. And that's another campaign that's going to come. But whether there's something. So if I want to go buy a new camera for my media, or we need to record or take a picture, I don't have to say, hey, we got a camera campaign. These are all the different things that we have to have and need to push us forward. If you want content, if you want things of that nature, there's tools that are needed. Yes, sir. I'm definitely ready for that, Brother Rebbe. So talked about our athletic strategic forecast. I'm gonna give you some stats. I'm gonna give you some things, and I'm gonna give you some updates as to where we are and where we're going. Right now, as I stated, as the athletic director, this is the motto. We're trying to enhance and elevate. It's simple as that. And we're gonna make the necessary measures, and we're gonna think outside the box. We're gonna think outside the box. We're not going to continue to do the same old different things. Same old different things. These past 10 years it's been rough. You can move on. By the numbers, look at the athletic records. I'm hoping it's not too small for you, but these are our sports and these are our records. In the past 10 years, we hadn't won over 50 games. And now we're talking about overall that has a win-loss record. Baseball and softball alone, they play about 30 games. We hadn't won over 50. That's 60 games, and we hadn't won 50 just within the two. Men's and women's basketball play about 30. So that's tough. It's a lot to go into that. And that's what we're trying to change. We're definitely making steps into improving. But if we talk about the numbers, we talk about APR, academic progress rate. And that is your eligibility and retention. What you have multiple coaches come in, when you have you're cutting people all the time, that fluctuates your academic. And if we're not supporting them on the academics, they're not eligible. So the eligibility piece is eligible in many facets. That's in many areas. And retention, do they come back for the next year? And so we see the numbers that fluctuate when you have different coaching changes and things of that nature that fluctuate. You have to be at 930. 930 is the minimum. And overall athletics, my number is 975. If you see the numbers here at the bottom in the yellow, we hadn't been meeting that. But we're trying to put in some consistency. We're trying to put in some policy and procedures to support us and move this thing forward. HBCU GSR, what we talk about, that's graduate success rate. That's included from 18 to 22. And right now we at a 74% rate. I want to have about 85% rate. 85 to 90 is where you want to be. But that's graduating our student athletes, and we're doing that in a great number right now. Right now we are right at 74%. I want to be higher. We're sitting at seventh place. But if we can graduate our student athletes like this and beat other institutions, we should be able to win on and off the field of play. They're a student first. And if you see the numbers about our conference, MEAC and our SWAC and Tennessee State, we're doing okay, but we're just doing okay. So we got to do better in that regard. And what does that mean? That means that we, in the academics and compliance standpoint, have to continue to put things in place so that we can be successful. And the coaches understand that as well. That means that we have to make sure we're getting quality students on and off the court so that we can graduate. All right. Scholarship by the numbers. We talk about this year in, year out. So they can definitely, the university can help, and that's what we're gonna do to help. And we talked about how can we make this happen. I told you what we're gonna do. This is by the numbers. If we do this, this is the examples. I'm gonna just let that sit. I'm gonna let that sit right here. These are different things, different strategies that we can do to try and push it forward. You can move on. Athletic scholarships. We talked about Pell Grants. We're trying to get our students to move off campus and so they can get housing meal. These are different things that we're trying to do, and definitely fully fund our scholarships. Every year things are going to go up, but if we say about $3 million is what we need to fully fund our scholarship, that's about 181 full scholarships is what we're allotted with our sports and their max. This is what it is. It's really about 2.9 almost, and then tuition goes up every year, so that number is going to change. So we're looking at about $3 million just for scholarships alone. $3 million for scholarship alone. They still got to travel. They still got to eat. They still got to buy equipment, and we still got to get things to move us along. If we looked at the number, these are the things that we get the distribution from NCAA. You can go ahead. You can move on. So I think the question that popped up earlier. See if I remember who asked it, but we talked about athletic facilities, and these are some of the things that we have here in 24. Yeah, Brother Patton, can you give us an update on the status of the Jumbotron and the turf field? Yes, sir. I'm gonna start from where we are. We about to upgrade the tennis facility. It's in a very much needed space to be updated, and that's a mock-up of what it is. Our beautiful Jumbotron, state-of-the-art Jumbotron is moving forward, and it's almost near completion. I think it's about an 85-90 percentile of completion. Speakers and Jumbotron is working perfectly. You just have some little things to clean up and get that going, but it's definitely going to be rocking and rolling here this fall, and to keep us going forward. We have a batting cage you see there at the bottom. That's the batting cage for softball and baseball at the baseball field. So that's going to be a great piece where they can come inside when it's raining, be able to pitch and still hit and not lose time on the field and practice. We do still have our final phase in the Rice Titan Stadium. And we're definitely in talks right now. Don't have a timeline for it, but we're in talks to try and complete that next phase in the practice field as well. Jumbotron, like I say, it's ready to rock and roll. Our next piece is I say that next week they'll be starting on the tennis court. Jumbotron is going, and at night when the sun goes down, you can see the Rice Titan light up across campus. So that's a definitely good piece. This is the turf field, one of the biggest pieces that we talk about. It is moving. It just went out for bid on the first one, so we should be moving some dirt here pretty soon. Thank you. I think it's Miss Rainey. I don't want to thank you for that comment. So we're definitely moving. The turf will be here. Turf will be here in the fall. I know it's a lot of questions. How are we gonna do it? How you get done? It's gonna be here. Dr. Briggs is very big in all of these things, and he has a great vision and supports my vision and the things that we are trying to do. The corporate suites, like I say, we're definitely in talks of trying to get this done, and moving the projects. Outside on the academic side, we got the student union going up. We got the LaFleur Hall and things of that nature coming down. So we got some movement on campus, and moving these things forward. This MVSU, the baseball pavilion, it looks really good, and we're going to release a video out of all the things with the before and after, where we are and where we're going. So we got a lot of great things going on, and trying to get this cross country trail in place as well. So it's a lot of moving pieces, but I tell people, anytime that you have a question, feel free to ask. We have an open door policy here. We have questions, and we welcome it. And I always say this too: complaints come with coins. So feel free to always ask those questions, but feel free to always support and give in many different ways. We had a conversation the other day with some alums about donating some things that's going to help our fields, and we're moving that in the process so our fields can look good. So all in all, man, we are moving things forward. We are definitely in motion, and we are definitely elevating our programs in every facet. We in the scholarship pieces, I'm happy to announce that we've raised the scholarships all the way to an extra $900,000. And that's supporting our men's and women's basketball, and the volleyball are now fully funded. Our football is at a 90 percentile supporting them. So we're moving. We're definitely elevating. But there's a lot of more work to be done. That's on campus, off campus. That's for internal, external. That's for all the aboard. So anybody you connected with, whether it's in Greenwood, Greenville, Cleveland, surrounding areas, or out of state, corporate, or whatever it is, you have a connection that can help move Mississippi Valley, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to Brother Redmond, Mr. Fant, anybody you connected to get to us, and we're definitely open for anything that's going to push the experience for our student athletes forward. Hell Week is popping off, and this is great event with the Elevation Summit. We're going to do this where we open the floor to talk to our constituents, talk about where we are and where we're going in this. We're definitely trying to elevate the program. Where we've been is not where we're going to continue to be. I have a great standard for excellence, and I'm not going to settle for less. So never think that the way things are, I'm okay with it. I'm not here just trying to get a check and just move on. I'm really trying to elevate the game, and I mean that. Tell it to my coaches, tell it to my staff, and I also tell it to our student athletes. We're not here just to pass the buck, to kick the can down the road. We're here to make a change.
So AD, along those lines, the alumni that are just wondering, the challenge that we face when the AD has given us his vision for facilities. This is a state institution that has dwindling alumni participation and support. So to manifest a vision that has been clearly put out like he has, we have to be at the table, and we have to be bringing resources with us. So when you have all of these immaculate facilities that are going to allow us to attract talent from the Mississippi Delta, from our regional areas in Mississippi, from our winning high school teams and programs to build our programs, when we have those kinds of facilities and the ability to pay staff the dollars necessary to be the leaders in these areas, that requires consistent support from the alumni. Now, we take what the state is going to give us to help along with these projects, but we have to understand and be at the table to know that if all of what AD McClellan has just presented to us is $500 million in total to price tag to make it happen, we have to, as alumni, be prepared to say, hey, what is our part in that? What do we need to do to help make that come to fruition? Not, they said that they were going to get the Jumbotron. And how long gonna take them to get that Jumbotron? Man, they've been saying that they ain't gonna get. Well, did you write a check for the Jumbotron? Did you talk to the vendor? So we're waiting on the state of Mississippi to buy us a Jumbotron. So I need for you as alumni to understand that if we're going to move these kinds of initiatives along, we have to, number one, be at the table, and we have to be prepared to utilize our relationships and resources to help accent and offset what our institution and HBCU in the Mississippi Delta, the poorest region in the nation, become this Harvard of the South. We have to, as alumni, do our part. And that's what everybody has said that's a part of this conversation. Be consistent. Let's do something. Let's give. All of that has been around. Your membership in the National Alumni Association has a hand in that. Your giving to the MVSU V Club has a hand in that. Understanding who the individuals are to have a conversation with has a hand in that. So we need you as alumni under the sound of this voice and that are a part of this and that will watch this after it's been recorded and posted to realize to build a tradition of winning at Mississippi Valley State University, we need your support. And we need your tangible dollars. We need you embracing the FANT Challenge. We need you joining the association. We need you being an active member of the V Club. We need you supporting on all ends. We need you being a part of the Elevation Summit as we have these panel discussions and you voice your concerns. We need your support in order to move this needle for real. And it's not anything that we're playing about. We're all passionate about our love for our institution and how we want to be a part of the next generation of its success. So alumni and supporters and friends, we need you, bottom line. And we need your tangible physical support and your prayers for us to be able to sustain these efforts and to bring the vision of Dr. Briggs, our 8th president, and our athletic director, Dr. All right, I done spoken, AD McCullough, to bring this to fruition. So that was a piece that I wanted, because we had a lot of alumni and bombarding me with, why is it taking them so long to get the Jumbotron? What's going on? See, that's a problem, Valley. Well, that was problematic because we waited for the state to buy that Jumbotron. We didn't write a check for it. So understand that the support to these things happening have to deal with us being able to play a part in having skin in this game, and not just conversation or comments and complaints. So that's the needle that we're trying to move, and getting you to understand that we have full transparency with all of our fiscal reports, all of our treasury reports. Fiscal management is very dear to us, and we take it very seriously when it comes to the management of other people's and God's dollars that have been blessed to us to manage. So we need for you to realize that that's no longer an excuse. It's no longer a reason for you not to get involved, saying that it's being mismanaged. We have so much need that when you give us the $1,000, it's already spent. Before the check is written to the vendor that we needed to buy something from, it's already spent because of the need that we have. That's all we're trying to get across.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Please put your questions in the chat for us to respond to. I definitely appreciate this coming to fruition as a whole. Like, anytime I establish for improving existing football field or relocating the practice field. Yes, so improving the football field. I don't know if you heard me say the turf will be there. We're going to basically practice on that field. The thought process is try and move the new practice field across from the Devil's Den, so we won't have to drive across campus. But that's in process as we speak. So we definitely trying to get this thing, get it rolling. Great presentation. I think this is great to offer a brief update teaser of the presentation to as many alumni through all media lanes to increase the support as often as possible. Messaging always. Okay. Yes, sir. That's the reason we wanted to come before you all to, so there's no miscommunication there or anything that you have. So the people that are on here, this is another challenge. Go tell somebody else. As you do in church, they say, hey, tap your neighbor. Say, neighbor, give. Neighbor, they doing some stuff. Just talk to them and have the conversation. Let's not just talk about homecoming. Let's come back more. And he talked about the culture of the game day culture. Every game that we have on this campus, we should feel that stand. It's 10,000 seats in there. We should feel them. If you want support. That's how you support. That's how you support. You fill those stands up. The home side should be filled. We should give a hard time for anybody coming here where they can't even get in the stands because we have filled it all the way up. That's fill the stands. We should have one of the best tailgating experiences ever. You tailgate before and then go on in the game. 30 minutes, an hour to 30 minutes before the game. Hey, put your tailgate stuff down. Let somebody watch the grill or whatever it is. You go on and we got it. We should have an honor culture so we shouldn't be worried about something being gone once it's time. But we're trying to create some things for us to have a good time every time that you come into town. So support.
I've got a series of slides to share about tailgating and season tickets.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was a great segue. Is it okay to go into that? We want alumni, supporters, and friends. With all that we have going on this season, we want for you to be season ticket holders. We want, as he stated, for you to tailgate. We want for you to park your RV. We want for you to be a part of our field suites. We want you to have access to advertise and promote businesses in the community on our new Jumbotron. So as we move to the next slide, you will see that we have advertising opportunities and rates for the Jumbotron. Minimal components per game packages, as well as full season packages for the Jumbotron, for you to run 30-second spots, for you to have timeout break spots throughout that. And then we also have the billboard on the back of the Jumbotron that is available for purchase as well. So we have the back side of the build of the Jumbotron that you can actually see from Highway 82 as you coming from Itabena or as you're passing campus. It's a major marketing and advertising opportunity for a business, a corporation, or individual. In addition to that, we've got single game tickets and tailgating, as well as season tickets and season tailgating spots. In addition to that, we have advanced purchases that will be running a gamut all the way up until per game day. And then we have field suites. Field suites are in the end zones. We've got about 6 areas that are available for game day for purchase. They have food details to go along with them, access, wristband access to those particular areas for game day to enjoy the game from the field. With the Jumbotron now, you will be able to enjoy the game from the field. And those suites will accommodate up to 12 individuals for alumni groups, for corporate groups, or for individuals that want to purchase a suite. Former players, there are tons of opportunities for us on game day now. So as the season schedule is solidified, we most certainly want you to be a part of this support. This support, season tickets, tailgating, all of that is major direct revenue to the university, to athletics. Parking is another dynamic that is split for the sustainability and maintenance of the university. But season tickets, tailgating, and RV parking is a direct impact to athletics. So we must pack out the Rice Titan Stadium every home game. We must show the support to our players by being there for the Devil's Walk as they come into the stadium and see the fans encouraging them, and then to get in there, and when they're hitting and coming through that helmet to come onto the game, they're hearing their crowd support them. That is very critical for basketball, football, baseball, soccer, all of our competitive sport games. We need you as fans. But that's the rundown. All that information is available for use.
Jerry, can you ask Brother Hodo's question?
Okay, Jerry, is there a plan for RV electrical hookups, waste management, etc., infrastructure to build as a means of increasing alumni tailgating? Yes, we are in the initial organizing phases of an alumni RV club that is going to be an affiliate group to help us manage and do the strategic planning for our RV park. Right now, we've had preliminary discussions. We were awarded a $1.3 million grant from the Mississippi Department of Transportation for an initial walk path from the alumni house to campus that we're in the developmental phases for us to, once we get the understanding of the campus's strategic master plan for campus, we can then know where we are for the positioning of the RV park. But yes, it will be a state-of-the-art RV park that will be a part of the RV park community. So we're talking a year-long RV park that will be utilized by RV goers that are coming to the Delta. So there is a strategic plan that we are working on. We're working closely with the MDOT commissioner, who has funded us in our support and our efforts. In addition to that, we are working with alumni RVers that are part of the HBCU alumni RV arena, so they will be able to make certain that our RV park is sold out on an annual basis. So those plans are in the works, and we will keep you posted as we move through these phases. Like I said, we didn't get here overnight, y'all, and we're not gonna get away from here overnight. So most certainly, let's continue to offer your support. And as these ideas come to you, please engage us. But that's why we've come forth and identified ourselves for you to engage us with these ideas, and know you got to come with some resources and support and some direction to help us bring it to fruition. AD?
Yes, sir. I definitely appreciate that. And I see all the comments rolling in, and I appreciate that. Appreciate the comments, and I appreciate everyone here. Like you said, we have meeting of the minds. His brother Austin stated earlier, we talk all the time amongst this group about little ideas. Whether it is Coach Fant, he just called me the other day, say, hey, I want to cook for a couple of the student athletes. They were right over there, enjoyed their time. These kids love Valley. As we all love Valley, they love Valley. Whether it's kicking it on the yard to performing in front of their peers and alums, they love Valley. And we got to continue to pour into it. We got to continue to do it, guys. So give financially, give in kind, whether that is your kind words or where that is some encouragement, whether you have a connection to companies, internships. If people are from your areas, I think Dallas group, and I'm sure someone else does it, and I think Cleveland was doing it as well. Dallas group, the kids that were coming in that signed to come to be a part of it, they got some of the student athletes together before they left, and I think they had a package for them.
Dallas
DC alum,
Dallas Fort Worth, Washington County. These are alumni chapters that are
DC
involved.
Yep. And that is stuff that we have to do. So we have to connect with our alumni chapters and figure out how many kids coming from Jackson, how many kids coming from Atlanta. Get with them before they ship them off. And if it's nothing but, hey, listen, here's my number. Call me if you need me. Send them. You can spend $25. You know, if you send $25 to a kid, that's gonna go a long way. And they'll be able to get some noodles. They'll be able to do whatever it is. But that goes a long way, guys. So we not just when their parents just sending them off, it's not just sending them off. When you come back to campus, we have a soccer game going on. Go to that soccer game. See the show them your support. It's not just about one sport, and I talk about this all the time. It's a lot that goes on. We have softball and baseball going on, track going on. They're in different areas. And we have to, in order to elevate these areas, we have to support them. And it's not always just financial. I stress that. It's not always financial. Now, I need it, but it's not always financial as a whole. So please continue to give, consistently give. That is what I'm moving forward with, consistently give. And we got some things that's going to come out next week. But support. But tell a friend to tell a friend, tell them neighbor, give. Green Day, next Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday is the day. We're going to go to MVSU V Club, and you can give to any sport or you can give it to the elevated account to help support us. We're going to put a barometer up to show how much we've done. And there's more that can be done. So continue to push Valley. Continue to talk positive about Valley. And this is the place where you could be negative, and you have a negative question or what they consider as negative, and we talk amongst ourselves. Don't talk in public. Come talk to me. If you have a negative comment, why the grass ain't cut? Because you ain't give. But we're working on it. But these are the things, these are the conversations to have. Coach Francis, he got a question. He'll call me directly. Hey, tell me about this. And this is the conversation that we have. Ms. Garner, thank you for creating the first summit. It's time for alums to be the solution and step up and help our alma mater. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's former student athletes right there talking. We do need former student athletes out here.
Yep.
We need the former players, former football players that got them stipends. Well, I don't care $40 or whatever. I need you. Yep. I need your team. I need your years. I need you coming together to support football or to support your former program. Yeah, that is very critical. Divine Nine, each one of you, I need you all supporting your institution. You couldn't be in that Divine Nine if it was not for Mississippi Valley State University. But don't get me started on that. Well, I'm not beating up on anybody. I'm just calling it like it is. Now, last thing I want to leave you all with is that we got our alumni summit July the 18th through the 21st. On the campus of Mississippi Valley State University. We thought it'd be necessary this year for us not to have a destination convention so that we can galvanize our resources and we can take a tour of the campus, and we can meet with the cabinet, and we can work through all the details that we need to do to strengthen our association to support the institution. So this convention is a workers' meeting. This is an urgency of now conference for us as an institution and as the Alumni Association working together through the power of one. So I most certainly am expecting for you all, you'll be getting registration information out pretty soon for you all to participate. But this year, we most certainly are looking to get our membership numbers up. We're most definitely increasing our giving to the university, and we want you to rise to the surface. We've got over 40,000 alumni alive and living in the United States. I haven't gone abroad yet that are not engaged. I told you that's 1,300 that we have that are engaged in fiscally paying, but we are way short of our goal of that percentage that makes sense for us to support our university and to receive the support from others. So I most certainly.
You see, we got a question. What are the dates of the summit?
The dates
summer
of the summit. The summit. Our convention summit is July the 18th through the 21st. That's Thursday the 18th through Sunday the 21st. We've got a full slate of activities that'll be rolling out next week, and you will have registration opportunities for inactive alums. This convention is for you. This is the alumni convention and summit. So if you are inactive, not involved, this conference is for you. If you are active and a member of a chapter, this conference is for you. So we need all hands on deck for this alumni convention this year. We are targeting our alumni that are not active. We want to hear why you're not active. We want to know what happened, what the pain is, what the problem is, so that we can get it involved because we need you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Brother Frank, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Okay. I would like to stick a couple of things in. When you're talking about Alumni Association, I know that is more than 500 people in the Greenwood area. I'm in LaFleur County. And just think about the number of people that has gone to Valley. That Valley has elevated you to where you are now, and you're not giving back. Okay, and you wonder why you don't have. It's because, like the AD say, you don't give. Now, I've heard people say, well, you know, the local area, the businesses are not supporting us, blah blah this, but a business will support you when they see you are doing something. It's called match money.
Yeah, they want to be a part of
if you right, and they don't mind putting their logo on your fence. I mean, if you're giving and they're giving back to you. I mean, it's a business, it's a two-way street. You don't give, you don't get. Yes, and I looked at, sometimes you sit around the house and you think, we probably are the youngest HBCU in the United States. We are less than 100 years old, and you take a look at Alcorn, you take a look at Jackson, those schools are well over 100 years old. They've been around a long time. They got people that have been making that money a long time. But at the same time, that's no excuse for us, because we need to take what we got and we need to treat it like we're the youngest university here. We need to take care of it. It needs to look good. And we are beginning to do that. When you pass down 82 and you stop at the stores up there, a lot of times I'm up at that store and people will say, what school is that over there? Hey, baby, that's Mississippi Valley State University.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing that would jump out of my mouth. And they said, Mississippi Valley State University, you ever heard of Jerry Rice? We got to use what we have in order to get what we want. Let's put it out there. I believe in family. I called AD McClellan and told him, look, I want every coach on campus. I want the athletic director. I want the president. I want the choir director and the band director. We got to create family. Hey, we gonna cook, we gonna eat, and we gonna discuss things. Not record. We already know your record. We don't need to know that. It's not about who won this game, how many games. No. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in creating a family atmosphere. And coaches, please understand, this is what we've done a lot of time. Kid come out for football, kid can run, but he can't catch a cold. Don't tell that kid you can't play. Send him to the track coach. We need that kid on campus. We need students on campus. See, hey, kid might not be able to catch a football, but he can catch a baseball. Hey, send him to the baseball coach. Keep that kid on campus. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is the family is third generation at Mississippi Valley. Now, you can kick it any way you want to kick it, baby, but we are third generation Mississippi Valley. And we need to start pushing things like that. How many people do we have on this campus that's third and maybe, just maybe, fourth generation? Because we are too young to get past fourth, but we third generation. Hey, come on now. We invested in Mississippi Valley.
Yes,
we are invested, baby.
The Redmonds is two generations.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, come on up. Come on up. You know, hey, I went here. My son went here, and my grandson is out there. So we need it, baby. We need it.
Yeah, and just this one last thing, and I promise I'm done, but I've got to get you all to understand that when, in light of this last legislative session that we've had, the Senate bills that were being authored and being entertained, I was inundated by alums calling me just upset and feverish about them trying to close our institutions in the state of Mississippi. The thing that I've got to get us to understand is how your active involvement in the National Alumni Association affects that. When the state legislatures and our governor and our commissioner for higher learning and the president of our institution sees the only committed number of alums, that has a bearing on that kind of stuff. So your active enrollment in the National Alumni Association, MVSU V Club, and supporting the James Herbert White Foundation, that is your affiliate organizations that you need to be on the roll for. It's like being registered to vote, being part of those organizations and those entities. We need your active membership. Having that and having our sister institutions having the same struggle, the ones that are over 100 and some odd years old, still struggling with not having the active membership in their alumni associations that they need, is a part of that problem too, which is why we all came together for a town hall meeting, because they're struggling with active membership. Getting our alumni to be active is where we need to infiltrate the culture. We got to change the paradigm. We have got to get active, and we've got to be philanthropic and support our institution. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to bring all of us together to have this discussion. We are available to you, the Power of One, MVSUNAA.org. And I just appreciate this opportunity.
Well, thank you. Right. And you and Brother Fan have basically gave you your closing remarks. So I open back up to Brother Owens and Brother Austin to give your closing remarks, if any.
Yeah, I needed to unmute, but I just buy into the sentiment and the collective comments that have been made over the last hour and a half, and continue to encourage each of you to reach out to another alumni, friend, or whomever, and find a way to give and support. We really do have the university at heart. We want to see it grow. We want our athletic programs to continue to grow. We want our academic programs to continue to grow. I mean, you saw what the band did in a year, and we want that type of growth, and that starts to attract, more students, as Coach Font has said. But we really appreciate you all tuning in today, being a part of this. I mean, this is a great first start, the first annual conference, and we're looking to continue to build on it. And with your support, I know that we can continue to move the Valley forward as one.
Brother Austin, and I see a question here too.
Yeah.
But I'll pose this question first. How can we get the leadership, administrators, and employees at Valley to be more active in supporting athletics? And it's multiple ways. For me, I think I have to do a better job of getting what's going on out to the university. But they do support. Don't get me wrong. But I think that we definitely have to push the envelope to the local community as what's going on, when it's going on, so forth and so on. And lastly, we are fair weather fans. If you look at it as a whole, we got to get out of the way. So we got to create a culture so that people can support as a whole and to get the buy-in. So we just got to keep driving that force. Thank you for your question, Brother Porter. Excuse me, Brother Austin.
Look, thank you again for having me. Thank you for the opportunity to be on this panel. And as far as the information that's shared, I think it's vital because a lot of people may not know the intricacies that goes on in athletics. And so every time that we could have the opportunity to engage with people and do a Q&A and share some of the knowledge of what goes on behind the thing, I think it's fantastic. I know you hit on something that I want to hit back on, which was it doesn't always have to be financial. It may be that you know the missing piece. You may be an architect that can draw the plans that we need for the renovation that actually helps the cost and becomes a tax write-off for you. That's the part of being creative. That's what AD Mac is talking about. Sometimes it's not your financials, but it's your talent. I know Jerry reaches on that all the time as well. Your employer may do matching contributions. Let's be creative in the way that we think about this thing and the way that we approach growing the Valley. Because in the end of the day, athletics is what it is, but we all are driven by enrollment. So we want everyone to have the same pleasant experience that we had, even when the new generation, and feel the same way we feel about our institution. And the only way to do that is to continue to grow and continue to spread the word. The each one reach one is tried and true. And so that's what we got to have. And I appreciate you again. Any questions on giving, MVSUVclub.com. We've done a plethora of things for this university, and we're going to continue to support and be as one in unison with the James Herbert White Foundation, the NAA, and the university. Thank you guys again for your time.
Thank you so much to all. Thank you, Ms. Crystal, in the back, making this thing happen. I appreciate everyone here, Brother Parnell, Brother Owens, Brother Redman, Brother Austin, and Coach Fant. Thank you all for your mind, your talent. Go ahead.
There was one more thing I wanted to say. A person that does not get enough praise for everything that goes on, I know inside the V Club, is Brother Porter, the CFO. Yeah. I mean, from keeping our books clean to the images that goes up, the visible face when one of us, Brother Owens and myself, because we travel a lot for work, is not around. He is a consistent presence. He's always touchable and reachable and willing to ask questions and season tickets and parking passes and everything. I want to give you your flowers while you're here, brother. It can't be done without you. You are truly boots on the ground. We are 100% appreciative to you and the full board of MVSU. That's Sister Shirlene and the people that helped us get started with Miss Rucker and Miss Mary and Della. None of this is possible without you guys' contribution. Miss Carol Cooper, thank you, brother. I just wanted to get that out of the way before I got off, because that's important too, to give the people the flowers that is in the daily fight and pushing the transactions. And when Brother Hakim come in he got 200 transactions in a month, whether they small ones, big ones, gas receipts, hotels for the volleyball team, the person that's processing that, man, is Brother Porter, and we appreciate you. Seriously.
Second that, Brother Patrick. I second that. Most definitely, 100%.
And I'm with it too, Brother King, not to cut y'all, but we got 3 Jerrys. Jerry Redmond, Jerry Porter, and Jerry Rice. That's just what I got to give. These Jerry's is something, but that ain't no accident, and we're forever grateful. And hey, this just in: it's 3 generations of Redmond. I'm sorry, I just got that news just in. It's 3 Coach Fant is 3 generational Redmonds. I'm sorry, we up here.
Good deal, good deal. I got some from Larney McClellan, MVSU First Carolina chapter. Have been listening from the very beginning and have learned a lot. You can count on my support 24 per month. Thanks for your presentations. Thank you. Thanks to all our viewers. Thank you for your time, your consideration to join us. But don't let the information that you heard today just settle with you. Reach over, get in that group chat, text your friends, get on that phone, talk to your people. Thank you, Ms. Sims. Great summit. Thanks for this. Thank you for joining us. It's not going to stop here. Conversation has to continue to go. Let's have positive and great conversations. Let's have uncomfortable conversations, and let's talk to our people. And like I say, we can always, any or all of us, we are all on different parts of the world. So let's have conversation. Let's keep pushing it. Let's keep pushing it. Let's keep green, white, and you can't forget about that red bleeding and flowing through our veins. And let's keep Valley first. And we're going to elevate. It's the Elevation Summit, the first annual. I appreciate you. As you shared it, and you're going to give in the future, consistently give, and let's elevate. Peace out. Thank you.